What's that dude's channel?
Alright, we're live, we're rolling.
Live, rolling.
Just finished the workout. I'm cooked. I'm super cooked. What's good, chat? It's January 6th, 2026. We are at the new Beast facility, Beast 3.0. I'm right here with Coach A. This is Nate the Philosopher coming at you live and direct from the Beast Gym 3.0. Got my boy Coach A with me, Art. I call him Art. He don't like that, so look, you have anything to say about that? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's just because it's like the perfect short nickname, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, literally.
Arthur is too long. It's too formal.
A lot of people have told me that in the past, like, oh, like, it sounds so serious. And I'm like, why? I take this shit serious. You know, but.
It's my life.
Yeah, but nah, I'm not like, they call my step pops Art. Or not my step pops. They actually call my actual dad Art. So I just never, like, fucked with that or whatever, but. What's this dude's name?
I'm gonna just get cut. Jozier. I'm gonna put you guys on game right now. If you're looking for some good, like house music to work out to work to,
I spelled that.
look up Noise Complaints, Jozier, Jozier, I think. Or maybe the I and the ear flipped or something like that.
Nah, Jozier. No, it's the same. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna search wind down, and then it's gonna come up watch. As soon as I put the W.
There's a TV behind the camera also.
There is a TV behind the camera, and we're looking for a reliable YouTube channel that plays great music. Like Nate said, it's Jozier.
But not too loud, because we want like to put our own music or like, you know, we might get like copyrighted or some shit.
True. Imagine just for playing the homie stuff. Like, damn.
That's fucked up, huh? Just trying to show some love.
Oh, this is one I got hooked on right here, and when he was playing
that's
in New York.
This is the move.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that New York or is that Seattle? It looks kind of like Seattle
I think
actually.
it's New York.
Those don't look like big enough skyscrapers, but it could be.
I just see a lot of skyscrapers, and I think New York. And now, but
My mom's calling me.
go ahead.
Hello? Come on. I'm chilling. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, for Nate editing, cut.
Are you ready to just start this shit from the beginning?
Yeah. Hey, so this is what I have in mind. So because I have to kind of start getting used to like interviewing people.
Moscow Technos.
No free sponsors. So I think I'm gonna start running the podcast at the Garden and interviewing the guests that come on with my pops or like solo or whatever, on top of like my own shit. But what I realize is that I'll have to come with like research and preparation or some kind of like topic or like objective with the conversation. So
Yeah.
the objective or topic of today's conversation is we're just gonna treat it like a testimonial video, but we can also let the conversation just flow and let it go wherever it goes. We just have a regular conversation about what's going on right now and what we're working on to grow. But first question, just to start off the conversation, is what do you think is like the number one thing that's helped you the most, or that I've helped you the most with in the past year? Because we've been working together pretty consistently, like a third out of the year. Like out of the entire year last year, we worked together like in person on the phone or something. At least a third of the year. So
I actually verified, calculated. I sat there and I literally counted the days. I was like, how many days did I see this motherfucker? I seen him every day.
at least
Literally a third of the year. A third. That's crazy.
What do you think?
Considering we don't live each other.
What do you think has been the most like helpful thing I've done for you this year? In terms of like video or marketing or like business.
I think just like just being like a good educator. Like one thing that I could say about you is like your versatility. Like you're not just like good at like one thing. Like you have like a really like diverse background. Like like with sales, with like marketing, with like all of it kind of being tied together. I feel like you do a really good job of like, um, yeah, just educating and like because you're so knowledgeable in so many different fields. It's easy to like carry a conversation and learn from you because like when you're talking, you talk in depth. It's not like surface level conversation, you know. So I think that like educating and like yeah, just educating through like the conversations and the like third of a year that we've actually like quite literally spent together, right? Like
That's tough. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today, um, for you and for somebody else, and I think the biggest thing is just like being an advocate of like learning and applying, and stacking that, not just like learning some new shit to just go on a whole nother rabbit hole that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm trying to build and what I'm trying to do for real.
yeah, no, because it is easy to get caught up in like the. It is easy to get caught up in the like oh I'm gonna do this and then oh I'm gonna do this and then just having like a bunch of like open-ended projects that you never actually like do or whatever or finish and that's like the common like person, right? Like that's the most people
The everyday
like
person.
yeah, like they're just always on some type of shit like that. So yeah, I think definitely like the application and like just the knowing of like how to apply because like I don't necessarily feel like I needed like a spark to get the things done. Like I just needed to like know what I was lacking and then how to accomplish it. And like you gave me like that insight specifically, so it was like easy to like get up off the ground with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like
Yeah, especially because you had a lot of like the stuff that you needed to plug in. Like a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to help people with, they don't already have. Like
Yeah.
they don't know what that is.
they don't have any lead system. They don't have any
They're not tracking
contacts,
nothing.
nothing
They're
at
just
all.
like they're barely getting started, or like they, like you said, like they're not tracking. They don't have no systems, so it makes it very difficult to be like. Some people have a good sense of like people that are really good at what they do, like industry leaders or like people that have some kind of authority or like that put in the 10,000 hours. Those kinds of people are like the ideal client to me because those people also have a growth mindset, and I think that's like that's super super important.
Oh,
I forgot
yeah.
where I was going with that, but
No, yeah, no, that makes sense. Just like the educating and like applying and stuff like that.
I don't know, like
But no, yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree, and it's like that was like that's like kind of like what you were saying about like finding like the right person or whatever. Like that was why it was so easy to like communicate with you and understand and like work together because we were like a lot alike and like the things that I needed like you were able to fulfill and then like vice versa or whatever. Like it was like whatever way I contributed to your life. I'm sure I did some way somehow. Hanging out for a third of the year, like
no, for sure. Well, bouncing back and forth like ideas or like
yeah,
showing off your work to other people. That's definitely got me some work. And then obviously like being around people like the schools or other athletes or like barbers, all kinds of cool people. So no, I definitely think it's been mutual. The growth, the learning, the applying, the getting better. Iron sharpens iron.
yeah. Well, like the whole reason why I always bring back to that, like the whole reason why I even like um. I guess you could say liked you really in the first place was just because of like your whole like 90-day run or whatever and like you were just like mad consistent with like posting on the gram and like just doing shit. So I was like, all right, this person is somebody who is like actively doing it. Like they're getting after it. Like and you know like we all have humble beginnings and we're all trying to figure it out, but like you're still doing it. And that's the thing that a lot of people fail to do is actually do. Like they're so worried about like the opposition or what could go wrong that they don't actually like try, right? So it's like when I saw that you were trying and that you like, cause when I had met you, you were like doing Primerica, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So and like that, you have to try with that. You know what I'm saying? You have to apply it. Like, yeah.
Effort, like.
Exactly. So it's not like it's just something that
Go hunt.
yeah. It's not something that you just pick up and like, oh yeah, this is my job and like this, I just make money. I just show up to a job and like they just pay me. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not like the route that you took, right? And I think that like that in itself is admirable because like there was like a pursuit for something instead of just like, all right, like I just wake up every day and just like go about my day. You know, again, that there's nothing wrong with that, but in terms of being like-minded, like I felt like I was that way, you know, and like I was like, damn, this person kind of sees things the way I do, and like, and he's consistent, so like, why not, you know, why not try to like further like some type of like relationship or friendship or some, you know, something like that. But yeah, that 90-day run or whatever that you did, that I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so for context, anyone that doesn't know what he's talking about, basically like 2 years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, every single day on my story for 90 days, I would post a picture of me, a video of me running, or a picture of me like with books in hand, like and a view in the back from my little fucked up balcony where I was staying at my grandma's crib. Or I would post like something related to my morning routine, and then I would post the things that I did in my morning routine, and then I would follow up with like whatever other stuff was going on in the day. But that's super important. I always say to people like it's super important to uh, start your day how you want to finish your day, basically. And so by having the morning routine, it's basically like a personal development system. It's my personal development system. Having a morning routine, trying to wake up at a certain the same exact time. Like the ideal morning routine is waking up at the exact same time, and then you having a few like core habits. And obviously, like there's a bunch of other ones you can do,
Mm-hmm.
but a few core habits that basically set you up for the day. Something to wake up your mind, your body, and your spirit, or something, whatever. For me, it's like meditating, praying, reading the Bible, something like that. Spiritually, physically, it's like I'll go for a run. I'll just wake up at like 5 in the morning, go run like a mile or two. It could be like the beast flow. It could be like yoga. It could be a hike, and then mentally, I would like read a book. I would listen to like a personal development audio. So I was doing these things every single day and posting that um, every single day on Instagram. So people would follow from day 1 to day 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 40, 50. And they would see like all the way into day 90, 3 months later, and they'd be like, whoa, like what the fuck was I doing with this whole time? Like I just seen this food get way better um, in all these different ways just by doing his morning routine. Let alone like everything else I'm doing in the day. So
Yeah, because
yeah, I
you
think
still
that's
were
super
doing
important.
super dope things.
That was just to prepare
during
for the day.
Yeah, no, because you still were doing cool stuff. Like you were still doing some type of like. It was very early in your like content creation like phase when like Family Ties, like remember the Beast video that you had made and all that, like, or
Yeah,
at least
I was going to
when
a
I had
lot
met
of
you,
Yeah, I was going to a lot of like events.
just popping out everywhere,
Yeah,
like
I was
just dropping.
traveling
And it was like
at
random stuff, but it was
offices.
like cool random stuff. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't like boring, like oh this is like dull and gay, like
Cause I
dull
would travel
videos.
and go to events. I would go to like big corporate events. Just trying to learn for real, honestly. Cause there's so much to learn and like you don't know what you don't know. So for me, it's just always about the constant progression of learning and getting better, learning and getting better, learning and stacking that and getting better and building something for real. Um, so I guess that's something else we could say is one of like the biggest things that's one of the biggest things that's like helped this year is just having each other to grow off of, basically to grow from, to understand our own businesses better, but each other's businesses better as well, to then scale and do better, doper shit. Um, what's the next question? The next question is, what are some of the things that we're implementing right now that you're excited about? Or like, we should talk about I know you talked about how you got the DJI back from Australia one time, but let's talk about how you even got to Australia. That's a
Oh,
whole
like
fucking story in
actually
itself.
tell
I
them the
don't think
story?
we've ever told that story on camera. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
That's a fucking crazy story in itself. That's part of the testimonial for sure.
That's a real. That is the story.
Fuck.
That shit was crazy.
So-
Yeah. So I guess like. Let me set up for this one. I'm just kidding.
I'll set the stage and then you carry it. Basically, Arthur runs a sports performance business, and he uses tech to track the results of the kids, like what their top end speed is, what their velocity is, what their
Power metrics are, asymmetries.
so
stuff
he's
like that.
so he's tracking that, and then he's giving it to the athletes to like have actual data and knowledge to make decisions from, not just like pure guesswork and like doing endless reps, right? So the tech that he uses to do that within his sports performance business, the tech that he uses is made by a company named Vald, based out in Australia. Vald has an event or like a convention basically every year in Australia at their HQ. And this year they're having a giveaway, or last year they're having a giveaway 4 tickets to fly out there and experience ValdCon, their convention. And the competition was, if you post a video online explaining how Vald Tech has helped your business in 2025, you'll be entered into the giveaway. So like a week prior to that, I put up to Arcadia High School to film with you one of the speed trainings, like long form YouTube style. So we took some of the footage from that, and then that same day, I think it was only like
It was summer camp. It was be summer camp.
but it was like 6 days into the competition already, and it was about to end like the next day.
Yeah.
But because it was in Australia time, it ended like at midnight that same day that we went to Bosco Tech for a whole different shoot. And we didn't go to Bosco Tech anticipating to shoot this like Vald promo reel, but I think like on the way
No, we
over
did.
there, oh maybe it was.
That was the
maybe
plan.
Oh, okay. So it was. We went. So Arthur sent me the post that Vald made saying like, "Yo, we're hosting this competition. Make this video." He sent it to me. I'm like, "Bro, fuck yeah, let's run it. We can do some dope shit." And he's like, "Bet, pull up at Bosco Tech. I'm gonna have the gear here. We're gonna get some content in the weight room and outside on the field." So I'm like, "Bet." I pull up. I barely make it. I think I was like about to not to, and then I did end up making it. And then
You're botching the story crazy.
we filmed some content there, right? So it really started like a year ago, because you had been got the tech like a year ago, right? Because we had been trying to like define the services and build out the business.
Yeah.
And then like just a few months ago. So this is like what, like October?
No.
What
So
month is that?
no. So I had gotten Voltec in.
Nah, but when was the competition?
Oh, the competition was in like June.
And then when did you first get Voltec?
In like at
Like
the very end of
January?
April. Like I got it in like
Oh
May.
shit!
So it was in like July that the
Of
competition.
last year?
Not just. Yeah, I had to have been July because that's when the parent
Fuck.
conference was.
That was the first time you got Voltec?
It was in
'cause then-
April.
Yeah, because then
It
you
was at the end of
printed
April.
out the reports and you put them on the table and gave them to the parents.
That was
after
in
the-
June. That was in July.
I
Yeah.
see, yeah, that sounds about right. So then, I filmed content of them using the Voltec at Bosco Tech on the field and in the weight room. Or not in the weight room. In the weight room we used the output sports shit, but that was still good content. So boom, we filmed that at Bosco Tech. It's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We push back to Beast. It's like 6, 7 o'clock. And I start uploading the footage. We start watching it all. We start putting it together. We're like, yeah, let's use this song. Put this voiceover over it. We chopped it all up. We posted it like that same night, like at 11:50 p.m. right before the competition ends. And then they don't hit him back for another like week. And then he's like, I don't think I won. Fuck it. It was still a fire video. I think the video did like 10K on Instagram. But finally, Bald reaches out and they're like, yo, you 1, we're flying you out to Australia. What's your passport situation like?
Yeah, it was crazy. That shit was wild. So basically, what happened was yeah. So we established when I got the Vault-Tec. We got it in April. We had like used it like the last week of April when I got it, and then so I went to Bosco Tech and I started using it to test the kids on acceleration and max velocity, and then after that happened, so good.
Yeah, still good. 17 minutes.
After we started like collecting data, there was like the Vault Hub, right, where like it collects data, and so we had like information stored, right, and so then I came across like the Vault post on Instagram, because I was just like looking through their page, like just trying to like get more information, and then I saw that they were hosting like a competition, and like the competition said like, oh, post a video, and like if you're one of the winners, like you could be flown out to VaultCon, and like here's a sample of like the winners from last year. So I saw that video and I sent it straight to Nate, and I was like, yo, like we need to like get this going, like this is Mando. And then I was like, the competition ends on Friday, and it was a Wednesday that I sent him the video. And then I reached out to the head coach at Bosco Tech, and I was like, yo, bro, I was like, because he's like a buddy of mine, and I was like, yo, bro, I was like, I need to be able to film some content tomorrow with the parents at Bosco Tech. I'm going to print out reports of all the testing that we've done with the kids and show their progress, and then give them to them, and then give a little like 10, 15-minute talk on like why the importance of like testing is, and like why we're data tracking, and like how they can like review their results, like so they can continue to track their kids' progress like throughout the off season and see them getting better. So then the head coach said yeah, and so once he gave me the green light, I told Nate, I was like, it's good, like we're good to go, like I had this sick idea, like we'll be able to like print them out, like we'll take content of that. So then he was like, yeah, he's like, pick me up tomorrow, like I'm down. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Like I'm down to scoop you, and then we'll go to Bosco Tech. And I was like, but you'll probably have to be with me for the remainder of like the afternoon type deal, because we'll have training like in the afternoon when we come back. I was like, the kids will be at the gym training.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, I take you home after that. So then I go to pick him up, and when I go to pick him up, he's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, he's like, I don't have the like
my gear. I forgot my gear.
He was like, I don't have my equipment. And I was like, because I don't have the camera, and I was like, bro, what do you mean? Like, and I just drove to his house. And he was like, bro, he's like, I don't have my camera. He's like, it's in Ari's car, and she's at work. So
he drives to like Anaheim to K1
speed.
Get the gear out the car and drive straight back immediately,
directly to Bosco Tech. And by this time, we had to pull up and just like
get straight to
like immediately test and like start like getting it all going. Oh, we didn't even but we didn't even get there and test right away. We got there. I emailed all the
we met with the assistant
AD.
director. Yeah,
the athletic director. I sent him all that stuff, and then he printed it. And then once he printed it, I had to organize all of it on the table, so that way I knew who I was giving who to, like what papers to what like parent or whatever, right? So then we sat down, we were like printing it all out, and then you were videotaping that, and then I think before that happened, I think maybe they had like, there was a break before that happened, or like they were in the weight room lifting. Oh, that's what happened. While they were in the weight room lifting, that was when we were printing it, I think, and like organizing it. But we went to the field. We were on the field, and we shot like some 5-10-5 change of direction, like competition style. It was like one kid versus another kid, and 5-10-5 is
that's lit content too that we got.
That's what we used for the video. That was like directly used for the video. So then I have to like talk with the parent. He ends up like shooting some like extra content after of like just me talking to the parents and breaking down some of the stuff. We didn't actually use any of that footage, but like it was super cool to just have that. And then we went back to the Beast Gym. And so we went back to the Beast Gym, There was kids that were there training. And I think Coach Christian was training them at the time, and then.
Oh yeah, there was a whole like parent teacher meeting after we shot that we stayed for.
Yeah.
Then we went back to Beast.
Yeah. And then by the time we got
work.
back, by the time we got back, it was
like
maybe like
8, I think, or like 9, maybe. It was late, probably like 10, something crazy.
It had
we had
to
like
have
a
been
few
like
hours
it had
left.
to have been like 7 o'clock. Because it had to have been 7 o'clock. Because by the time we got back, I remember we started downloading the content, and then like you said, we started to review it, and then that's when we kind of like started to like
Piece
alright,
it
like,
together.
like what is this actually gonna like look like? Like how are we gonna do it? And then I had also sent you another video. Oh no, I remember I had a screen recording of one of Vald's like ads on Instagram. And I was like, yo, I was like, we need to add this wording like to it. That was crazy.
a good touch.
I felt like that part was
on
sick.
there. And then you did the voiceover. The voiceover was cold.
Yeah. Wasn't that your idea, the voiceover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
made the
Kanye
script,
song.
didn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Because
We
I don't
worked
be
on it
making
together,
scripts.
yeah.
Like you, that would have been more of a your thing.
I think we worked on it together though. We were like,
Yeah.
let's say this, let's say that.
Yeah.
And then we just. And then we had everyone in Beast 2.0 all quiet, like, yo, we're gonna do the voiceover. And then you knocked it out, and we're like, yeah.
Everybody's all
Because that was
yeah.
it. It tied it all together.
It did like make it sick. So then we're editing the video, right? And like, I mean, obviously we're getting down to the nitty gritty because we're trying to make it as best as possible, and like we're like making like super like definitive like edits. And then by this time, like one of my other friends, Leo, was at the crib or was at the gym. Christian, I think, was still there. Like me, Nate. Was Jacob there?
Yeah, probably like Jacob and Ann, I think.
Yeah, so they were there, and then we were all kicking it, like editing the video and just chopping it up about like how it was looking and how it was coming out. And then somebody was like, "Oh, like put it off, like let's just finish it tomorrow." I forgot who said it, but they were like, "Oh, let's just finish it
Yeah, we
tomorrow."
were like, no. We have to finish it right now. Like,
Yeah.
and they were like, what?
Yeah, no. Somebody was like, yeah, because somebody was like, no, put it off. And then
I think maybe
somebody was like, oh, who? Somebody was like, oh, when does it due?
Why
and then
can't you finish it
I
tomorrow?
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, by Friday at 12 p.m., like it has to be posted. And then they were like, oh, like, and where is this going to? And I was like, Australia. And then they were like,
Oh yeah.
they're like, it's already the next day over there.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
so
yeah.
the 11 o'clock that it was over here, like, it was already like closing in on like what
And
their
that's
12
when-
p.m. was gonna be.
That's when we realized, holy shit, we need to edit this
Within
and
the
finish
like
it right now.
yeah.
Within the hour.
Literally within the
Yeah.
hour, and then we got it done. And that turned from like a quick like little project to like a whole 8-hour like whole thing, because it went from like picking them up, like going to shoot, and then going to Bosco Tech, doing the parent teacher thing, doing the editing. So it
That
literally
was
was like a whole
crazy.
8-hour thing. Like, bro, it's wild.
How much would you pay for that?
Man.
that was crazy. You
Man.
couldn't have, it worked out so perfectly, and it was barely planned. Like it was so like crazy timing. It came
Yeah.
together amazing.
Like, honestly, it was
You couldn't
like,
pay for something like that.
no,
That was
yeah.
incredible.
It was just like, because at the same time, like, at one point it just became a cool video because they didn't hit us back for so long. Like we did the video in July, and then it was I flew out in September, but at the end of July
There was like a week or 2 weeks where they hadn't hit you up, and then they did hit you, and then it was another like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before you even got flown out.
yeah, exactly. So like
So like a month total.
yeah, but there was because I was in
From video to flight. Tough.
yeah. So I was in Houston, Australia for the Houston, Texas for the Junior Olympics, and that was when they texted me. But that was at the end of July, going into August. That was already actually the first couple of days of August, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was already like a month, because if we did have the parent conference in like June at the beginning of summer ball, which would make sense, then that means that's how much lag time. So it wasn't even
Been
like,
working. Crazy.
yeah, it was like, bro,
What?
like we pumped out this video, like, and people were asking me, they're like, oh, what was that video for? Like, and obviously the people who were there, they were like, oh, did anything come of it? And I was like, nah, I never heard anything back. And it wasn't until we were about to leave from Houston, or we were going to like the final day of like the testing, the competition, and then I woke up at like 4 in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning. And that was like the first message I got. And in my mind, I was like,
Australia
yo,
time.
like, I was like, what?
That's
like,
when Arthur entered the Australia chat.
yeah, literally.
Fuck.
Literally. Because
Chat.
they were like, yo, from Brisbane. And I was like, fuck. This is real deal. Yeah.
Hold on. Nah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So that chat is the story of how a simple 1-minute video that I made for Arthur got him flown out to Australia for what, like a week?
Yeah, it was a full week.
That's
Volcom was a
fucking
full
incredible.
week.
With a
Yeah.
1-minute video. That's fucking awesome. That's incredible.
Even what
That's
was
so
even
dope.
cooler was when I got to Volcom,
So dope.
I actually like had the opportunity to chop it up with like a couple of the videographers. Like the girl who picked me up from the airport, her boyfriend was like one of like the main content creators for Vault and like videographers. So I ended up chopping it up with him, and he was like, "Oh, you're the one that like made one of the videos, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm just happy to be here," type deal. Like, you know, like, and then he was like, "Oh no," he was like, "Your video was really cool. Like I actually remember watching it. Like it was really really good."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bro, like we shot that on the DJI, didn't we?
Nah, that one was off the
Off the actual camera?"
Off the Sony, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
I shot
yeah,
that
I was
one.
like, bro, you don't even know, like, cause he had
Yeah,
this
I was-
big rig and like, you know, and I was like, bro, we did this in a day, like
Just
8 hours.
Sick ass B-roll, perfect song, great script and voiceover,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
just
and-
some basic edits. Like
And the
some
video,
transitions
the
stuff.
Vault, using part of like their Vault.
Oh
like,
yeah, and using the Vault copy from their commercial.
Yeah,
Put it
'cause-
in our commercial.
So like at the end of like their, or when like Vault is like doing like a ad, like it'll say like technology for like practitioners, doctors, athletes, coaches, whatever. And I did something similar to like that where like it said technology and it was like orange or whatever, and then it would like flip through. But that was like super super tough. And then we also, like you said, we also used the content from B Summer Camp that we had shot at the beginning
The
of
week
summer.
before.
Yeah, literally, like, and that was just like you said, long form, like just YouTube content, and we just repurposed it. So that was like sick. That's like a super under like valued thing that you do is like saving the content in Google Drives, so that way we could actually like go back and like reference it. Cause I have it all on my phone, like old stuff, but like to be able to have like high quality stuff and then like have it like back to back and like have the storyline of how the clips are like captured and stuff like that. Like that's that's different.
Yeah, I need to make a YouTube video about that, like how we organize content. I feel like that'll be a really cool video for like showing people into my process a little bit more, to highlight that. So, would you say that it's accurate? Is it accurate to say that Family Ties Productions has helped Beast Athletics grow this past year?
Yeah.
It's true to say that. That's
Yeah, that's a
facts.
fact. Yeah, that's 100% fact. A trillion percent.
Yeah. You were straight. Got like 20, 30 minutes. You got any questions for me? It's no definite. Something I'm really excited about is the fucking auto DM sequence.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I
Yeah,
was
that's
actually
just
most
mad
excited
fucking
about.
exciting.
Like, to be truthful, I think that's gonna be super sick. And like, I already like I have experienced that Vault or the DM sequence thing with like, Sportsmith. It's like a company that like offers like education for like sports development and like human health performance and stuff like that. So and I've like DM'd like them and like clicked through it and like they sent me articles or like videos or whatever. So yeah, so to have that like as a tool for ourselves is pretty cool. MiniChat kept popping up as an ad on my Instagram after today, like after I talked about it so
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Like
I've
it
been
was
getting
like
their
a
ads for like
constant
I've been
ad.
getting their ads for like 6 months straight. 3 months straight probably.
Yeah, I think the DM sequence Probably one
And
of
then
my
the
favorite
story sequences is super dope too, because they pair really well together.
things. I also think like
So you go from story to conversation to call to close.
yeah. I
Like
also
really
think
seamlessly.
the other thing that I'm really excited about is just like dropping all the content that we have like. Because I mean, you know, like we said last year, like it was just a lot of like just kind of figuring it out and like trial and error and just learning what we're doing and like just shooting a bunch of stuff. Like so now that we have like a plethora of stuff to like go back and reference and be like yeah, we were doing this and like this is what we're continuing to do and this is like what we took away from what we were doing that and to make it better, right?